as we step on the mic, man, you notice the difference. Heavenly blessed with the melanin, baby, you know that we winning. No time for the long talk, got 120 on the clock. Wednesday, 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every day. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. You know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Boscoe from the Bronx, aka Idris Salam. This is the Casual Convo Show. Welcome to the show where we have conversations about topics that affect the communities, personal and business relationships. We always had a casual convo, so you and I and Coco and everybody else don't have to have the tough one. It's Wednesday, y'all. This is how we do every 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock, on the West Coast. I'm your co-host again, Boscoe from the Bronx. And I got my host in the building. Coco's in the house.
Hey, y'all.
I knew that was coming out.
What's up?
Nathan,
How was your day?
It was a long one, a good one, but a long time one.
Same.
Very
productive. Very productive.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
We're gonna have some bad weather here, so let me apologize soon. So if you hear any type of technical difficulty on the visual or audio side, I apologize urgent just right now because we have a bunch of rain, thunderstorms, tornado warnings, everything going on outside. So let me apologize in advance. Second thing, I guess we're gonna get right into because we got a lot to cover. So just to give a short summary of what we're going to do tonight is, yes, we brought back the topic of relationships. However, it's a little different. I'm going to read the questions that you guys have sent to us to answer about relationships, and we're going to kind of go that way. So, you got the open forum, and you know that we do acknowledge and appreciate everybody's input. So let's get into the mental health check-in. Would you like to go first?
Yeah. As you all know, it's June. June is not only like the second part of Gemini season, and we got 3 Geminis in the building: me, Coco, and the man behind the board, Memorial Rich. First of all, let me shout out: get your Hand Radio merch, handradio.org/shop. Get your jerseys. Should I say your shirts? I always call them jersey. Get your shirts, your hats, and your hoodies. Get them comfortable. I mean, it might be a little too hot for the hoodie, but hey, if you're a crackhead, you'll still wear it. But as for the shirts, wear the shirt all year round. It's very, very comfortable. I'm not just saying that as a promo. I'm saying it because I got it. I have it. Coco has it. I got the hoodie also. Get it.
It does not shrink. I had mine.
They don't shrink either.
Great quality.
And a lot of stuff that you buy, you have to buy a larger size. The size you buy, if that's what you order, that's what you get. It's the fit that you ask for. handradio.org/shop. That's HAOP. I'm stuttering. Dang. Anyway, this is June and it's Men's Mental Health Month. Shout out to my men. I hope you all doing well. I got a few people who are going through some things. I got you my meditation, man. I hope you pull through. You're my brothers, no matter what color you are. As for me, I'm doing good. Tired, but physically tired, that is, because I've been doing a lot today. But it's been good. How about you? With your stressful job?
Despite it all, I'm great. Tired but motivated, which is a good thing. I think the stress that I've been under is like positive stress. Let's say that in a way of a positive outlook. So I would say mental health is good, motivated, confident. A lot of different things that I haven't been in a while. So I'm happy within the space that I'm in. To say that.
That's always a good thing.
So you want to get into your thoughts?
Yes. It kind of all stems for the Caitlin Clark thing, and it's not really about her. It's about what we have in our community called cognitive dissonance. If you don't know what it means, look it up. Okay, but there's also a thing called Dunning-Kruger.
Dunning-Kruger, huh? I said that's a psych point.
Exactly. Dunning-Kruger is more Dunning-Kruger effect. If you don't know what Dunning-Kruger effect, it's basically, we call it being smarter than your own good, but you're not as smart as you think you are. You tend to be less intelligent than you are. You use a lot of big words with no meaning. You don't know the meanings. You just say stuff because you think it's going to get a rise, but your intellect level doesn't match what's coming out of your mouth. And in our community, and people say, why you always going to go on in our community? Because it's our community. I don't care about the other community. I'm not white. I'm not Latino. I'm not Mongolian. I'm not none of that. I'm black. You want to call me a black American? Okay, you want to call me African American? Whatever you want to call me. I'm talking about us. And we have an issue with not being a compromise. It's either I'm right and you're wrong. And if you're wrong, if you challenge me, you're a Negro opinion or whatever. You're not allowed to have your own opinion. We're not always going to agree. Me and Coco don't always agree, you know? But that doesn't mean she's wrong and I'm right, or I'm right and she's wrong, or whatever. It doesn't mean that. We just got different opinions because we're two different people. We're two different genders. We come from two different backgrounds. Everything's different about us except for our skin color. She goes by her experiences. I go by mine. They may not match up, but that doesn't mean she's wrong and I'm right. Doesn't mean I'm wrong and she's right. We're going by experience. And see, we in our community need to realize that just because you've been through something doesn't mean the next person is wrong with it. I mean, I didn't grow up poor in the beginning. I grew up in the middle class neighborhood. I really did. But I hung around the hood dudes. We eventually went poor when my mother got sick. But I grew up middle class to where a lot of my friends were poor. But I learned from them. So I can't use my experiences to say, well, why haven't you been this? And I had, because they didn't have the benefits I had. And I seen them struggle. And I helped them with I lived their struggle with them because it happened to me. And I was like, damn, this shit is hard. So next time you say something, and we got a habit of we use the race card just like white people do. Let's keep it 100. We use the race card just like white people do. And I always say we're using the lessons we learned from our oppressor, but we use them on us. Got to cut that out. We don't always have to agree. Because Rome was conquered from inside out. And that's what we're doing. We're being our worst enemy. We got to stop that, y'all. I love y'all black people, but we got to wake ourselves up before we can call ourselves woke. We got to wake up to our things. That's it.
Oh, you done? Ah,
5 minutes.
okay.
37 seconds.
No, that was good. I thought that was very insightful. So, you ready?
Let's roll.
Okay. So again, we're gonna the topic of relationships came back, but again, tonight is pretty much
So
what the
cool.
show
Mm-hmm.
is based on the feedback from you guys, the questions that you all sent in. So let's go. Am I mentioning names? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
They
Okay.
said, yeah, they were cool.
So this first, okay, I got an icebreaker before we get into that. Is it significant to establish a balance and or boundaries with family when in a relationship?
I think so.
I do
I
too.
think so. Family can mess a lot of things up.
Like, what
And
boundaries would you set?
stay out of my business. When I need you, I need you. But don't tell me you don't like her because she wears braids or she has a bald head, or don't tell me you don't like her because she may not be that pretty or she may not be that intelligent. She ain't for me because she's not on my intelligence. Don't tell me that, because you don't know what she brings to the table. You don't know what it is that I've seen in her. You don't know what it is that I can help bring up about her. So you can't tell me her IQ is 110. She is not intelligent. Don't tell me that, because there are other things that tells me she's an open book, ready for someone to write a story to help her. You know, I'll listen to you, but
Right.
don't come at me negative right out the gate, especially if you don't even know the girl. And with her, I would tell her, um, don't go to my family about us. Come to me first. You know,
I think that's extremely important, like not to
Mhm.
open the door. I think for
Yeah.
the individual, the two people in the relationship, I think there should be a clear understanding of expectation when it comes to outsiders in your relationship.
Yeah.
Like it's important to not open a door where as though you going to these the same people who you don't
Mhm.
want to judge your partner or your relationship
Mhm.
with the BS, right? So when
Mhm.
you go to people and you only venting or including them when things are bad, you're putting something in within them to of a dislike
Yeah.
because the loyalty and the protection is going to be with that family member, not
Yeah.
what whoever. But when
Yeah.
it's good, it's like you quiet, nobody hear from you, so they don't know the good side. So
Right.
when you open a door to put your problems out there to your
Mhm.
family and friends, you are pretty much inviting them into your relationship. So I
Mhm.
think it's important to have those conversations when you with people of expectations of I don't want them people in my business because you have some people that's like that's my support. I'm going to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, so then you need to have an area of compromise.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people like to dance around in that gray area. No, that's
Yeah.
got to stay on the sidelines on the black or white and leave that gray alone. I don't like gray.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm. No.
that's it. All right.
Yeah.
So the first question, you ready?
Yep.
Is from Olive Livingston.
Mhm.
So there's a set of questions of one, two, three. I think she has like four or five. So her first question, you want me to do them all grouped together or one at a time?
I go one at a time. I don't have my phone up, so I got
Well, it's actually, I
questions.
would say for you and any guy that's listening, hey Q, you made it. So it says, what do men look for in a woman? That's all you. I
I
can't
can,
repeat that.
like I said, I can only speak for myself, so I can't say all men. Um, I know the first thing that catches me is always the attraction, like her, the way she carries herself. Like I like a girly girl, a real feminine woman, and that's the first thing I'm gonna be like, oh, wow, she's just real feminine. You know, she does her nail. You know, she just screams, I'm a woman. That's the first thing I see. Um, once and I listen to how she speaks. You know, just how she just does just how she does things, how she just moves. You know, that's the first thing I'm looking for. Then if I'm talking to her, I want to see where's her conversation. And I know that sounds cliche, but I want to hear the conversation. I want to hear is she talking to is she talking about anything outside of the hood shit? You know, I want to hear her grammar. She doesn't have to have perfect grammar, it really doesn't. But I still want to hear how she talk. You know, if everything is broken, like we see on social media, where you're like, what did I just read? I'm like,
Oh, because Siri sometimes be tripping because I know mine do that all the time, and that don't be
yeah,
right.
yeah,
And I go
yeah,
back and I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah. That's what I want to do. I be seeing it like a day later, like, damn, I wrote that. Yeah, yeah. But I want to hear how how she speaks.
Right.
You know that, but it's mainly the conversation. I said it sounds cliche, but it's mainly the conversation. What are we talking about? You know, if you're shy, I can deal with that because we're both shy, and we can both figure shit out together. You know.
Can I ask a question on the talking piece?
Yeah.
Um, some of the barriers I run into in
Mhm.
dating with communication, I think people think if you can talk, like it's one thing to talk about everything, but it's a
Mhm.
difference in talking and actually having
A
some
conversation.
conversations of substance.
Yeah.
Can you differentiate that?
Yeah. Yeah. Like let's say we're sitting down wherever, and with me. It's always the questions first. Like I want to know, what you do, what's your hobbies, what do you do, chilling, when you're by yourself, you know, like what do I would know about that person first. Like, yo, what kind of music you listen to? And with me, it's music and art. So if that conversation just keeps going, this music, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm with that. Now, people who just talk to talk is just like you may say, I like I like Rakim, and they just like, yeah, he's all right, but I like so and so. And then the question, the question, the thing just conversation just dies. Like, okay, what do you like about him? I don't know. Just I just like him. Like, what kind of songs you like outside? I don't know. I just like music. Kind of
I
like
think I think some people get caught up on because we talking, we laughing, we kicking. I think a lot of
yeah,
times, but people shy away from the meaningful conversations. I don't want to say the
yeah,
tough conversation, but I think the meaningful conversations
mhm,
that peel back the layers. Like something that I get often is like, I'm goofy. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. But I
yeah,
also have my moments of calm where I really want to dig a little deeper and
yeah,
see you. And part of that is for me is through communication to see how you think, what your thought process is in different
mhm,
situations. Like how do you react to certain things? Or can
yeah,
we have a real conversation that's serious when need be, where as though we're really trying to understand one another instead of it being, oh, well, da 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 da. But as soon as I mention something,
mhm,
that it doesn't have to be an issue.
yeah,
And like, I think people think it's only, oh, it's a problem, it's a problem. No, I think
mm,
sometimes understanding is
yeah,
important when you're dating, getting to know someone, and throughout your relationship pattern. Like there has to be meaningful conversations of like how you guys are feeling, like what's going
yeah,
on, like anything. And I think I like to learn from people.
yeah,
So if I'm going to be with someone or moving towards being with, I want to know, okay, what can you teach me? Like what can
yeah.
I want you to feed off of me, like I can feed off of you, so we can grow. And
Right,
I think
exactly.
people don't have that middle ground,
Hmm.
that balance. Then they start to go left.
It's the lost art of the conversation. You know why? People text all the time.
Yeah.
People don't talk because when we came up as kids, we didn't have the phones and stuff. So we talked. You had your girls when you were coming up. Y'all talk, get on the phone, blah, 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 just yapping. Same thing as us. We talked to the homie, yo, we going for yo, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And we even knew how to converse with each other. So when we got in the street, the homie's like, yo, you see so and so? We told about the girl, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yo, why don't you step to her? You
Mhm.
know, he may not be like feeling her like that, but because the homie, like, yo, remember we talked about on the phone? Next you know, he go to yo, what you need, da, da, da. And you like a year, you like, damn, they together.
Mhm.
Because we knew how to talk. We sat on like in New York, and I'm pretty sure they did out in Baltimore. We sat on the stoop, da 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 da. Girl come by, yo, what up, what up? I didn't do it because I was shy, but the homie like, yo, what's up, yo? But see, we knew how to talk to each other to where now it was on the phone, and you don't have that feeling because you could say anything you want to say on this,
Mhm.
but are the feelings true?
It can't be translated
You
into verbal
can't.
conversation. It's like
No.
some people are and I think it's like you get to hide behind actually engaging
Mhm.
and face to face, seeing someone's reaction
Mhm.
or hearing the tone of voice, and it's easy to cut off and not engage in an appropriate way.
Yeah.
But then it's crazy because then when a person can go all, first of all, I get tired, and if I'm doing something, I'm typing a paper, I can't keep texting. I'd rather you to
No.
just call me,
Just
talk to
call.
me, so I can hear your voice, you can hear, and then a lot of things get misconstrued through text messages because you can't hear the
Emotions.
tone, you can't hear the emotion behind it, and a lot of things get misread. Like they got some with me. I'm like, it's a text message,
Yeah.
like
Right.
So, and it's easy to be taken the wrong way.
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
So
One.
her next, Olive Livingston's next question. I'm sorry, did you have anything else on that?
Nah, just call her Ali. That's what we
Ali,
call her,
oh,
Ali.
because I was. You see, I was being professional.
She don't like. I call her
She
Ali.
doesn't like. My apologies, Ali. So Ali,
Nah, she don't. Nah, she cool. I call her Ali.
her next question is, what are the deal breakers?
I don't like someone who smokes cigarettes. I won't. I won't. I won't talk to someone who smokes cigarettes. Nothing against them, but I just can't stand. I just can't stand the smell of cigarettes. Period.
I just said it, so mine will be redundant. A deal breaker for me is no, I'm lying because I mentioned this. I told y'all.
Hmm.
So my first one is no communication or a person who can't talk to me or hold a conversation with me. Or if you can only
You talking about once you start dealing with each other?
no, even even I'm noticing even in the startup period. If
Mm-hmm.
you can't talk to me
Mm-hmm.
or you can't engage with me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's we can't go nowhere. Or if you
Right.
can only have a one-dimensional type conversation, we can't go nowhere because
Yeah.
it's going to stay on one wave.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
as a person who my interest is in several different areas, and
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I love learning. I love things of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I got my mind has to be fed.
Yeah.
But then the other thing, and the people who know me gonna laugh because they know where this coming from, is a deal breaker for me are is gentleman etiquette when it comes to women.
Oh, yeah.
Far as um opening doors,
Pulling the seat out.
pulling out chairs, helping with your jacket, just treating being a gentleman.
You know what's so funny about that? And you and I didn't get a chance to display when I was down there because I was already standing most of the time. And when we was in Baltimore, I don't think you and Tiff got up because we were sitting there laughing at everybody too much. So none of us got up.
Yeah,
But
but you and Lamont even shifted for, me and the
yeah,
girls when we were in Atlanta.
yeah,
It was very like we were embraced, we were acknowledged that it was
yeah,
women at the table.
yeah. And see, what I do, like, and it sounds crazy, but like someone goes, like if we're out eating and you go eat, you get to go. I stand up and I wait until you come back to
Hmm.
sit down. And I know I took one young lady out one time and she looked at me like I was crazy. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "You're going to the bathroom." I said, "I'm not going to eat my food and sit there and you're not here."
Hmm.
And she was shocked that it happened. I said, "But that's what I was taught. You get up from the table when she gets up and you wait until she comes back to sit down. Or if you do sit down, when she comes back, you stand up, you let her sit down, and you sit back down."
Hmm.
Yeah. But I agree. And
Yeah, because you're not about to make me the doop doop girl. You're not. You doo-doo. No, you're not. We're not doing that.
I think, and I agree with you, a lot of men today don't have that. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I'm gonna keep it. They don't have it. They don't have any etiquette. They don't know about opening the doors or pulling out the seat or letting the woman eat, take the first bite before they do. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't, and it's sad.
Yeah. But it's unfortunate. There are a lot of men who will not open it.
It's a
And
lot.
I'll be standing
I
there like,
agree.
you gonna open the door? And
It's
it's
a lot
like,
of them.
girl, if you don't get your ass in the car, you be like,
It's
oh
a, it's a lot of them.
my God, no.
It's a lot of them. I you know, I
It's like a little
and
girl.
I'm not bragging. Some of this stuff might seem like I make, but even like if it's raining, I've taken my old school. I've taken my jacket off and covered all that stuff because I'm like, that's the way I was brought up. My uncles taught me that. I mean, my uncles were dogs, but they taught me and my brothers that. They
Yeah,
taught us that.
I had a conversation with like one of my she's a little older than me, coworker.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about, like etiquette as far as like men and women and certain
Mm-hmm.
things, and the car door like, you open the door for me, I reach over, open the door for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well,
I
if
don't
they
close the door, so
don't,
you got to worry about that. I need the door
so
open.
yeah, so I was like, okay, so if they don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you and let's say if I'm with someone, hypothetically speaking, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
out with someone and they don't open the door for me, right? And I bring it to their attention and it was received well, right?
Yeah,
And
good.
they're willing to change. I was like, so I said, don't you give another chance of the date? She said no. And I said, well, why? Right?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, because she was like, that's not within them. They're only doing it because you're telling them to do it, but it can go okay for X amount of time. But
Mm-hmm.
what happens when they revert back to that, or you have a disagreement and they're not doing that? Because whether you're upset or whatever's going on, that has to be them.
Mm-hmm.
Like certain things should just already be within them, and that says a lot about them and how they will, I guess, not cater to you but treat you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't think about it like that. And she got like a little deep on me, and it gave a
Mm-hmm.
different perspective because I was like, well, maybe some people don't know, you know.
Yeah.
And my thing is, if you're willing to be open and try, I'm okay with giving a chance, right?
Yeah. That's
Of
me.
redemption. But then it was like, realistically speaking, like, okay, that could be for a minute because like I don't want to hear mouth, so I'm gonna pull, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
what's the follow up?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. If a woman doesn't do something I expect to be woman like, I talk to her, yo, maybe you shouldn't do that. you know. But if they get like,
What's
oh,
a woman like? Because I do
I
a lot
mean,
of
I'm,
things
I'm
I
no,
think
I'm
you
just saying if it's something like just like suppose I hold the door open, they just don't say like thank you or and any type of acknowledgement like thank you or whatever. I'm like, yo, you can't say thank you. That's all I ask. Let's say thank you. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. Now, if you walk like you go in and I'm holding the door, we going okay, cool. But if you go in there and looking at me like I'm like nigga, you supposed to do that. I'm like, oh, okay, wait till we leave. I'm going out the back door, and you want to wait till I get to the car. You know, yeah. But I hear you though. I hear you though. A lot of guys. I guess when I was a kid, I said being shy and scared to step to women or girls, and I see all my homies like going to this girl, getting that girl. I guess with me, and they were teaching it in school. I went a little further because I wanted to learn because I was like, I was scared to step to girls.
okay.
And I said, and me being the nerdy guy I was, I read stuff. I would ask my uncles, and I would like ask my friends, but not I wouldn't ask my friends in a way like, hey, how do you do this? I would ask them, yo, man, so how you be doing that? As if I knew how to do it, but I didn't. I want to see I want them to tell me how they did because I was smarter than my friends. So I kind of like, I kind of backdoored them, like, what's up, man?
Okay. I think her next question is going to be a shit starter. She's,
I got to get my phone out so I can see
so
that.
Ali asks, why can't women date much older men?
Oh, okay, I got you. Was that the whole question?
Was that it? Okay, so I'm gonna do the two part. I think I read it right. So, why can't women date much older men, and why? I think she meant it in reverse.
I
I
think
think
yeah, I might have typed it. I might have, yeah,
so.
because it was
Let's reverse it. Why
yeah.
can't men
Date
date
younger
much
women,
older
but
women,
what? Yeah, but
and
young women got the
why do
older
they
men.
gotta be pervs?
Yeah, because I know I see a lot of people.
Aren't we all? What you say? Aren't we adults at 18? It was a 3-part question.
I remember. I think when I put that in, I put it in back. Like I said, it was a text, and I had to like but I mean it's true because I mean, and look, before I say this, I want people to know I'm not condoning anything. Okay.
Choose your words.
Because I'm not going to be almost 60 and go after an 18-year-old girl.
Okay.
The reason being, she's not on that maturity level yet for me. That's one thing. And with me, I want somebody I can at least grow a little old with. I don't want to be 80 and she's just turning 30.
Right.
That's why I couldn't do it. I always say half my age plus 5. I'll be 60, so 35. That's just me. Half my age plus 5. When I was younger, it was half my age plus 7. It was like you still had to be older. You had to be at least half my age. Almost 60. Be 60 Sunday. And but I see a lot of women say he's a perv, and I'm like, but when I see this woman with this older guy getting the money, they're like, yeah, get that money, girl, get that money, girl. But then when I flip the tables around, I see a younger guy with an older woman. I don't hear that perv stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. It don't matter if you're male or female. If he's 18, she's 18, and this guy is 50 and she's 50, shouldn't it be the same thing? Now, me, you do you. That's the way I look at it. If you're 50 and she's 18, you do you. I'm not going to do it. Yes, she's of age, but I'm questioning myself. How long were you looking at her?
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking. And the same with her, with him. I'm like, how long were you looking at him? That's what I'm questioning. That's why I have the issue with it.
So I agree with Fallon in the live audience comment.
Mhm.
Right? Fallon says, for me, it depends on the age gap. I
Go.
agree.
I know,
But
there
but
you
I
go
think
with the Fallon voice sometimes.
but it's also I think to each his it's to each his own and
Mhm,
what your comfortability is and what is.
mhm.
from my perspective, just for me, when I see it, and that's for either male or female that has
Mhm.
a significant age gap.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, because you always think, and most people say when they was like 10, you was like 30. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
Yeah,
hmm.
I hear you.
But and then it's also like, again, what do you have in common? Because at certain
Right.
points in your life, you're going through certain stages of not only development but understanding, but where
Mhm.
you are, you have more wisdom, more
Mhm.
experience. So it's almost like, are you being manipulative, or is it something that you like? What are you seeking? Like,
Yeah.
to this point, it's not to say that you guys can't have fun together. That person
Right.
may make you feel young again. That person
Right.
may cross off all your T's. It could be they just may be more
Right.
appealing, and
Right.
whatever it may be. That's your thing.
Mhm.
Who are we to judge? But I think it's all about personal perspective and personal understanding. And some things are not for everybody to understand or to agree with. Sometimes we gotta let people live their lives. Like she said, aren't we all 18? If this person is of adult age and of adult mind and
Mhm.
consenting mind
Mhm.
to do that, mind your business. You ain't doing it.
Yeah, like with me, like my granddaughters, she has a whole bunch of female friends. They all call me Pop. They treat me like they see me as their father or grandfather.
Oh, you the
Yeah, and they're like, yo, Pop, can you take me to get something to eat? I get them. I don't want to go home. And my granddaughter, yo, can so and so, can Asia come? Yeah, can that, yeah, yeah, can yeah. And she like, can they go? Okay, okay. And see, they got so used to riding with her, with me and my granddaughter. Now they'll hit me up. Yo, Pop, what you doing? I'm like, chilling. Let's go for a ride. I got some gas money. All right. And we go to the mall. They'll go shopping. You know, they treat me like their father. Like, yo, what you want to eat? Want some this? Want some? Yeah, all right, cool. They're like 18, but that's it.
I
You
think
know,
the
that's
perv
it. You
the
know.
perv the perv
Hmm.
sentiment comes in with optics.
Yeah.
So if you see someone that's clearly inverse, some people age quicker than others, right?
Hmm.
But if you see someone and you clearly know they're in a much older bracket, and then you see someone that in appearance looks
Hmm.
extremely young or barely
Hmm.
teenageish,
Yeah.
I think that's where the perv coming at, because it's
Yeah.
like, what is it that even attracted you to get to this point? Like, what did you see? Because
Right.
if the mass population, some people look really young. Like
Hmm.
I have, you know, I have a friend who looks
Hmm.
extremely young for her age because she's small. So when older people look at her, it's like she's like a kid. Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
And sometimes it feed
Look at
whatever.
my
And
daughter.
so
She's
I think that's where
35.
the pervish thing come from, and I think that's what leaves room to question.
My daughter's 35, and people will look at her like,
Yeah,
oh,
she's early 20s.
35 years old. you know, like my youngest is 21.
Right.
Um, so I mean, yeah, I could see that. I have that problem. Like my, you know, a lot of like the girls at work, 27, 28. That's a constant thing. I'm like, yo, I'm almost 60. I don't believe you. I don't believe. Let me see your ID. Here's my ID. June 9, 1964. Like the Latina chick out there, she's 27. And she kissed me on the cheek. I know you're 60, but still. So that we could talk through Google Translate. I'm like, you need to know how to speak English. I can't be like, there you go. You get on my nerves. But nah, I can't do that. But yeah, I mean, with me, it's a maturity thing with me.
Okay.
It's a maturity thing. And I think 18, 19, 20, 21, they might have a great attitude and everything, but I just couldn't do it. They want kids. I ain't trying to have no more kids. Mm-mm.
All
You're
right.
60 years old taking your
Hold
kids
on,
up.
Mike. I
Yeah.
gotta send Mike the link. Um. What was I gonna say? So the next person is um Valerina. So
Oh,
her
Valley.
question: Do I do? Want me to do first and last, or just is it okay with just first? Do they have a
No,
preference?
just call her Valley.
I everybody got BE at the end.
Valerina Valley.
Okay, so
We don't call
Valley's
it, yo,
question.
ballerina. We don't call, yo, Valley.
So Valley's question is it true men don't care about how much money a woman makes? If it's true, why?
We don't. Because what do we always hear?
Mhm.
You pay the bills, meaning we pay the bills, and it's their money. And if something go down, they're gone. We don't care about that money because we know their money is not our money. That's how we feel. Now you got women who share funds, but we feel like your money is your money, and if it go down, you're gonna take your shit and go. So we don't care about the money. We don't care.
Okay, I can't answer that because I was for a man. So next up, we're going to go to Braden. Braden said he has a series of questions as well. So we're going to go one by one.
Oh, I remember his
Braden,
questions.
Braden says, uh, why do women want money, cars, and the ability to support themselves over a good, hardworking man?
That's something you can answer.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, you. Rich ain't listening. Rich listening. He ain't. Not good.
Um, Hold on, let me send this to Michael really quickly.
Mhm.
Um, Fill in for me real quick.
Um, and it used to. I guess in today's thing, so people are so influenced by what they see on social media and all this other stuff. That's the way people think now. And it's not all women, but that's the way people think because listen to the music, listen to the podcast. That's what they talk. Yo, what up, homie? That's what they talk about. He got to have 6 figures. You got to make 6 figures. He got to have a car. He got to have his own house. He can't have an apartment. He got to have all this stuff. That's what we hear. It's not all women, but that's what we hear. So you hear people like Beyonce, da 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 da, get da 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 da, and people fall for that.
So let's
And we're
just talk
like,
about the realistic woman, okay? Because I feel like
The who? The who woman?
trajectory,
thank you, Mike.
The who woman?
Thank you, Mike.
the realistic woman, okay?
Thank you, Mike.
Mike,
Uh,
hold on, Mike. Don't come
Thank
in
you,
hot.
Mike.
Hold on, because the question said women. I was trying to
Yeah,
send you the link so you can join us.
but thank you,
So
Mike.
you pause 1 second. What I,
okay.
what I mean when
That's
I
why
say
he's
the
rude.
realistic woman is because I think when we compare
And I'm looking at Fallon. Don't Beyonce slander. He's already.
so it's like when you think about it, when we talk about like the Beyonces and all of those things, that's that's a projection. And a lot of those people we know are not living those lives. But of course, they're going to put out a narrative
Mhm,
of what people want, and people think that they're supposed to have this type of relationship when they're not in that realm, right?
mhm.
So that when I say the realistic woman is the realistic woman who knows that's not realistic. So when it comes to oh my god, when it comes to there are some women who look at that, and I think it's because they they think that this is the life that they're supposed to have. The realistic woman, which is a lot of women, but they get pushed to the side because these other women are highlighted. And it's not that it's a lot of them, it's just a group of them. That's not the
True.
mass of women. The mass of women is actually looking for respect, companionship, and certain things of substance. So when we speak, it's like that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I can honestly say I've even had conversations with men, and it's kind of like I know for a fact I'm not a materialistic person. Or certain things. I'm looking at the person because I want to actually like your motherfucking ass. Because material things can come and go,
Mhm,
and it's like once that's over, what else we doing? What we talking about? Where we going? So then you have another group of women that gets missed because we focus on these group of women, the
mhm,
ones that be at the NBA games trying to get the NBA players because they want their lifestyle, because they want their money, they want this, and they want that, they want you to give them a lifestyle they dream, a fantasy,
mhm,
but they're not willing to do the work to get it themselves. But you have women who are either in that already or
mhm,
working toward that, or that's their goal, and they already driven,
mhm,
but they get overlooked. Why? She's considered she wants too much, or um she thinks she better. It's because she wants something substantial. She wants a partnership. So I feel like we keep going to this group of women when you have a whole nother group of women, which is going to lead me to the next conversation, the next question that's coming up of who we focus on in that trajectory of
hold on, Mike. Before Mike comments, what you said goes back to the last question when you said why don't men want women with their money? You know why? A lot of women who have money, they expect the man to be on that same level. She can make 100 grand. If he makes 60 grand, she's gonna treat him like shit.
Again, that's that group of women. So I can speak.
But see, that's the thing.
I hear you.
That
I'm
group
not
of women.
disagreeing.
No,
with
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you. But that group of women are what? They're the minority, but guess what? They're the loudest.
Right.
And the women like you who are not the women who like you who are not materialistic.
Right. But let's have a more realistic
because of that group.
conversation. But let's also have a more realistic conversation because of how they present themselves. Those are the women that most men target and approach. And it's always because they know, and I've even heard guys say, "Oh, as long as I got a nice car, this is and a third." I know guys who got all the flashy shit, but they ain't got no motherfucking money. You feel me? They do that because, and guess what type of women they get? They get the women who think they have money, and that's already surface level. So when we have these conversations, it's always going into this specific group of people, and then you want to tell a woman that's not like that's not true. The same way, like Boscoe and I had a conversation earlier. When certain groups of people speak, the person who can't see outside of a spectrum, because that's their own experience. You can't tell somebody what their experience is because they're not fit into that category or that group of people.
Hey, Fallon.
And we keep it limited.
Fallon, because Fallon, because you the shit.
Okay, Mike,
I'm not gonna say anything else about Beyonce.
We got a lot to cover.
You hear me? I'll send a
message
to
Fallon because
you the shit. I'm not
okay.
Gonna say
I need to be quick tonight.
All right, so you're getting it from.
20 minutes in.
All right, so cool. Like this is easy. This is an easy topic. So men hunt, right? So different men have different tactics with women that they hunt, right? The income argument it's only been like 2 years, 3 years old. Most men don't give a fuck about how much a woman make. And the women who are like in the upper echelon of like making over $100,000 can only search for 10% of the men, right? They haven't understood that most men who make over $100,000 we're looking at like 100% of women we can choose from, right? So men go, okay, I got the money, but I can date any woman I want. Women who make the money say, I can't date a guy that doesn't come or equal to me. And I think the ideology is really stupid, especially like on the women part, like because they devalue men based on how much money they have, when most Americans only making like $32,000 a year on average. And when you talk about like specific women groups, the chicks that's making the most money are the most loneliest. So, and that's my
point, by the way.
Yeah, and so those are the most loneliest. And then most guys don't really want a woman who make as much money as they make because they want to get up and go. Like, why would I want to date if I'm a boss? Why do I want to date a boss chick? I need to date a girl that's just working at McDonald's. So I can say, okay, let's go on a vacation and fuck that job that you got. Put in your 2 weeks or fucking take your vacation. We gone. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, oh, I got a meeting, I got to attend to, I got to go deal with this business call. So we look at dating women differently than women dating men. Like majority of the time, I don't care what you do, just as long as you're ambitious enough to do your shit. Even if I meet a girl that's not ambitious as me, she has to get on her grind because I'm always on mine. That doesn't mean that she needs to match my passion and none of that type of stuff. That don't usually work because eventually one of y'all gonna get burned out and y'all lose time without seeing each other. There you go.
Okay, I can respect that.
Was that strong enough?
That's your perspective. No, that's your perspective as a man. So we good.
I'm in the $100,000 and over club right here.
Yeah.
I'm young.
10%.
I'm the nigga that make like 160, and I can
No,
date whoever
I
woman
get
I
it.
want.
We could
10%,
debate
yep.
about that. That could be debatable because I know women who are in six-figure salaries or
And I'll never date him.
okay, and that's you. That's your choice. That's
No.
that's
That's most guys.
Most guys
Most guys who got their shit together are not trying to date a woman that's 100% dedicated to her job.
Yep.
It's not happening.
So where did you get that from? That's not what I said. I didn't even finish my
All right,
statement.
so-
You interjected.
All right,
So
go ahead.
let me finish. So what I was stating was I do know
Judy.
women who are open-minded that does not have that mind. They're really down to earth. You probably would not know unless either they told you or what they did. So when I say you, it's very specific and you prove my point because you went straight to that mindset, and that's not being open-minded. Some people are open-minded, and it's not like they got their head up their ass. Everybody not stuck up. Everybody is not like that. Some people are open-minded. I'm not saying they're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna do da 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 da. But I think balance is everything, and it all depends on what people are looking for. Who knows where you are in your and who you're trying to date and what you're looking for as far as in a partnership. Because what I want and what some people see can be completely different. So what I'm saying is everybody has reasons, preferences, and everything else. That doesn't mean that it's wrong. That doesn't mean that it's right. It just means that's what they choose and that's what they want, and that should be respected. So I can agree
Correct,
with you, and I
but
can agree with you based on, like I said, personal perspective, experience, and knowledge of different types of people. And I still think that it's still boxed in your answer. That's just my perspective. But let me go to the next question because we got a lot. Hold on.
go ahead.
So, Braden's next question was, I need y'all to explain a high value man.
Oh, that's easy. So it was coined by Kevin Samuels, and he explained it specifically. So a high value man is a man who's has taken the time to reach whatever milestone that he has, but he has to be in his career for at least 4 to 5 years before he could be considered high value.
Stability.
Number 2, he has to have resources, which means he has to be able to make everybody's life around him better. Right? 3, he has to be respected within his peer group, which means other men that's in that bracket sees him as an ally and not as an enemy, which means that his morals have to be upright and he has to be fair. So that's the definition of a high value man. Now, the problem of the high value man is that every man want to be a high value man, but none of them listen to what Kevin said. Like, you have to be in your field making over $100,000 for at least 4 to 5 years, right? So your stability has to be there, which means that if your mother in trouble, your girlfriend's in trouble, your granny in trouble, your cousin's in trouble, you have the ability to be able to say, how much do you need to get out of this trouble? But not only that, to be able to go back into your community and look at some brothers and say, look, I'm in this type of field, come walk with me. You know what I'm saying? To be able to pull them out of poverty or whatever situation that they are and walk them in the field that guarantee them to make the money that you've made now and then further on. So it has nothing.
No, I hear you. So would you say the value of the man is solely based on what they can provide materialistically, or is there any internal value as far as anything else?
Yeah, in order for you to be able to go back to your community and raise up other men, that takes a lot. That's morals, that's standards, that's ethics. That's a lot that come with it. So, like, I do it a lot.
Is it just materialistic? Because this is based on the show is based on relationships, which is why the question was posed.
Yeah. So it's not material. So it's not. No, it's not materialistic. Like most guys who reach high value status, go through a lot of heartaches, depression, go through disappointment, go through being fired, in order to realize where they can actually find some skills, hone their skills, and would be able to be stable in whatever field that they're in, whether it's construction, computers, whether it's a chef. Like they have looked internally and figured out and corrected their flaws with moving forward within their life. So you have to be able to be like, you have to be like iron sharpens iron. So you go through hell before you get to where you're supposed to be at. And then you
okay. Oh, I was gonna say the answer Fallon's question in the house. Basically, what it said, you gotta be able to handle business. When things go down, you got to be able to. Yeah, you got to be. You got to be able to take care of it. It can't be like, well, I don't know if I can. No, you got to be able to do it.
I like that question, and it came up before because I think when that question is asked, everyone goes to income. Everyone goes to position of power, or they don't go into internal value or what makes a person unique, what makes a person likable, what makes a person intriguing. Like, what are your values? What are your morals? What like?
I think that's what gives
Give me something deeper. I mean, I get that part. I'm hold on. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with that part. I just find it interesting from my perspective and what I see when that question is asked. The first thing everybody go to when it comes to value is they base worth on a dollar amount and not a worth on who a person is as an individual. And I think it's all inclusive.
Okay, so let me be clear. So this is what people who be wanting a deeper thing, right? There's a lot of deeper people that work at McDonald's. There's a lot of deeper people that work at Amazon. There's a lot of deep people that work for the post office, right? Mm-hmm. Just because you're a deep person doesn't mean that you having high value. Like you're like, okay, when you talk about high value, it's be able to see a problem, have a solution, fix it immediately.
Right.
This isn't something like you sitting around and you like, oh well, okay, I make $14 an hour. Me and my girl live together.
Okay, let's take
she
money out of
her
it.
job.
Pause. Because
listen to me.
No.
We ain't talking about money.
That means you're not listening to what I'm saying to you. Okay, what I'm asking you is, don't mention money. Give me value.
All right, so that's what I'm. So that's
because people are individual people.
All right, so listen to what I'm saying. So it's like you come in the house, you lose your job, right? Y'all live together, right? Emotionally, you're a wreck. You've been fired. Rent is due. Everything is due, right? If you can't, within this man, if he can't tell you, relax, chill, I got this. You don't have to worry about anything. Trust in me. And you can wholeheartedly trust this man. That means you don't call your mother for help. You don't call your kids for help. You 100% has 100% faith in this man. No matter what income that he has, you understand that he's strong, understand that he's resourceful, understand that he will protect you, understand that he won't let you fail, understand that he's going to do everything in his power to rectify the problem that you have. That means you go to no outside sources at all. In order for you to have that faith in that man has to be, one, stable within himself. Two, have a moral compass that whatever he does, he can't infringe on your frailness. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to be able to take your concern into consideration and then move forward. That is a skill. That's not something that you learn. That's skill through trial and error for real. Like when women start acting like the deeper and moral stuff, like men, we are trial and error people. In order for you to look at me and say, okay, I'm high value, well, how you know that? Well, I sent my girlfriend to college. And when she started failing in college, I went back to school with her to make sure that she finished. We graduated together.
So
right?
Character, right?
Correct.
Let's speak on that. Okay, stop right there. Hold on, stop right there.
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you said, Coco. You said
that speaks on character,
demeanor.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
Right. But it
that's hold on. I want you to follow me. That's what shapes you, right? Right?
right.
Your character, your
Right.
demeanor, your moral compass,
Mhm.
your
Correct.
internal values and beliefs.
Mhm.
So when I hear the question, it ain't about a deeper this and being emotional and all of this shit. I'm talking about the person. That's why I asked you to remove the money. What is the value that you look for in a person? What you did, I'm just what I heard. I'm just telling you what I heard
Mhm.
respectfully. When it came up and the answers that you gave reverted back to income, money, this. And I get it. I understand that. But what I guess what I'm saying is to give a different perspective and outlook of another angle of how meaningful that question is. And it's not that, oh, get deep, get da 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 da. That's what I mean by peeling back layers and really understanding what you're getting into with a person. That to me, that's surface level. Until I have to get to know you to know that. And like you said, you have to build
Yeah,
trust.
but
You have
like
to build those things. But in order
right.
for me to know your value, I have to get to know you. Anybody can, like I said, people can front and act like they got money. That don't mean you got fucking value. Anybody can. A lot of people go rent cars. They go buy money off of Amazon and act like they got it. Do that mean you got value? No, I'm
No, but
talking
I'm saying
about your
so.
character, and that's what I was trying to. That's where I was going with my question and with my reasoning. It had nothing to do with anything else. My thing is, I'm just playing devil's advocate to think outside the box of surface level and what, because from like I said, from when that question is asked, I have not heard one person not go based on that, and then if you want to go to a more cognitive way of thinking of what values is, it's not just that. So what I'm thinking of is I'm thinking cognitively.
What's up,
You
Q?
talking about something else.
No,
Well, and with
I
me,
said what I said. Dude.
No, and I
depend.
agree with what you
No, go.
said, but but you told
No,
me I
no,
was
no.
wrong,
What
but
I'm saying is
I
that
was talking from another angle of perspective, and when
no,
it's
no.
taking
That's
that
not what I'm
plate with
saying, man.
mentioning money.
Like, so listen to me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in order for a man to really like have his values in check, everything has to have gone wrong in his life at least one time. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to actually failed in a relationship, right? And most men won't admit it. Like, in order for you to be a great man of moral standards and all that, you have to really go through it with a girl, and y'all went through hell, and the relationship failed. You see
The
what I'm
Okay,
best
saying?
way
Like, you tried everything.
okay,
the best way I could put it is the way I can only give I can give you what I did, and y'all can decide was I high value. Um, you know how I was talking about my daughter's mother, Coco.
right. Mm-hmm.
She with me when I went out the
Right.
door. When I went out the door and came home, it was never nothing because she knew everything was good. When she came to my house, she knew she put it this way. She knew with me she had a safe space. That's the best way I could put it. She had a safe space, whether it's at her place or my place. We never lived together, but she knew she had a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way I could put it. And
I like that.
yeah,
I,
she had a safe
that
space.
makes sense. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
and you see our relationship now. We've been broke up 20 years. You know,
that. Yeah,
she had a safe space, and I say
yeah.
that's your value because she knew with me, she didn't have anything to worry about. She knew I wasn't going out there. She knew me. She knew
Hmm.
when she picked up the phone and said, "Where you at?" I was like, "I'm here." She knew no matter where I moved, like if I was leaving, going my job and going to the store, she knew I would text her, "Yo, I'm going to the store. I just left the store. I'm going to the gym. I just left the gym. I'm going to my brother's house." She knew that when she woke up and went to bed, I was the last thing she had to worry about. And at home, she knew she didn't have to worry about nothing. That's the best way I could put it.
And I like that. That's all I was talking about.
Yeah.
But I also think, just to be clear,
Mhm.
everybody's meaning of value can be different because perception, perspective, and people wants and needs and values differ. so everybody can have a different answer to it. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's all about the person. Michael.
Oh, I'm straight. You are shit. I'm a polygamist. Like, I play the game way different than y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a polygamist. I play it way different.
We gotta
So
go to break. Hey, yo, hold up, y'all.
So,
Time out, y'all. We gotta go to break. We already passed the 1 hour mark.
and I got a good question, Mike. I need you to
Yeah.
come back for this next one. Kira, I need you to stay right where you. Well, it's going to
Everybody come back.
But come back because the next question is going to go into what you said.
Yeah, y'all come back. I guess 5 minutes.
all right.
We're gonna disappear for a bit unless you're on YouTube. You just stay on YouTube. But if you're on Facebook, anywhere else, we coming back in 5 minutes. We're gonna share the link. Go to my page, Bosco from the Bronx. I'm gonna share her link. We coming back in 5 minutes. Y'all better come back. And I got you, Fallon. I'm coming to get you, Fallon.